Hello, this is Sarah. I am here in my kitchen. It's a real kitchen, so it may not be perfectly clean, but it is used at least 3 times a day, if not more. And I wanted to take a moment to tell you about some of my favorite Tupperware products that I use multiple times each week. The first thing I want to tell you about are these measuring cups. They are liquid measuring cups. The measurements are in milliliters or in cups and quarter cups and third cups and everything else. They're etched on the side. They're a little bit hard to see on here because of the color. The current ones are a beautiful blue. These ones are clear and are probably about 10 years old, but still going strong. So you probably cannot see the etchings on the video. The nice thing about the etching is that they will not wear off after use because it's etched on, not painted. Very important when you're measuring things. But that's not my favorite feature about these. My favorite feature, and what I use it most frequently for, is in the microwave. Whether you're heating up water for broth or melting butter, this is fantastic because it's self-contained. This small one has a groove here, flips on top, sits on, seals it up so that way your butter, your broth, your soup, whatever you may need to be heating in the microwave does not splatter everywhere. Totally self-contained. All can go in the dishwasher afterwards too. So those, wonderful. Highly recommend them. Love it. Another thing I used at least once, maybe twice, maybe more, depending on if it's fruit season week, is my colander. The current one is not quite this darker blue. It's much more a brighter blue, closer to the color of the measuring cups. It is a 2-piece colander. You can use the colander, the main part, the big part, or you can use the small part to strain a pot directly, or to put just a few berries, blueberries, strawberries in when you don't have a lot to rinse. This will hold a whole pound of pasta, whether it's spaghetti noodles, whether it's ziti, or my family's favorite, penne pasta. And you can rinse it in. You can put it directly in the sink if you want because it has feet, so you can just set it in the sink. It's not going to be touching the bottom other than on the feet. The feet and the hook here and the handle also allow you, after you've rinsed your pasta, you may not want to keep taking up your sink for the whole rest of your meal and your preparation time. You just put it in the pot. It hooks on so that way it can sit in your pot. It can have a few little drips if it needs to that drip out the bottom and go in the bottom of your pot. And there it is. Fantastic, fantastic colander. Then, if you wish, you can either use this as a lid and cover it up, maybe keep the heat in or keep the flies off, depending on where you live and what season it is and if you get flies in your house. I also sometimes use it just to cover it up and then put my spoon on top of it so that way it's there, but it's not just sitting in the pasta uncovered, keeps it a little bit warmer. So there's the colander. Love that. Use it at least once a week. My family eats a lot of pasta and a lot of fresh fruit, especially in the summer, since we live in the Central Valley in California. Now, another one I want to talk about is the cheese knife. This is my favorite cheese knife I have ever used. You can see it has, of course, here for if you want to grab cheese, the slice. This is not dishwasher safe, but it is a fantastic cheese knife. I'm going to move this down a little bit. I have here a block of Welsh cheddar, one of my favorites. Let's see if I can balance that, and I'm just going to cut right through it here. Cut smoothly with just a little bit of effort. And then this knife cleans up super easily. Because of the holes in it, it doesn't stick to the sides like so many other knives and cheese knives. Love this knife. I highly recommend it. It's a steal at only $25. If it ever goes on sale, you should buy like 10 and give them as Christmas gifts to all of your family. I guarantee you they will love you and thank you. Then, the other thing that I want to talk briefly about are things that you may see if you do go to a party or you've been to another party recently, but they are things that I use, I was going to say every day, pretty close to every day because I use them for everything, and that is the measuring cups and the measuring spoons. They're currently this beautiful blue color. One thing that sets Tupperware ones apart is that, again, it's etched on. You can see the measurements there, so it's not going to wear off in the dishwasher. There's also pouring spouts on both sides of the measuring cup. This means if you're right-handed or left-handed, you can pour the liquid out of it without having to worry about it. They also include sizes that are not included with every cup set that you may purchase. Sizes like 2/3, 3/4 that make it much easier in the measuring cups. And then in the measuring spoons, they have 1/8 of a teaspoon. You can see that these all stack together, but they also come apart. One of the things that's really nice about Tupperware measuring spoons too is that you can set them down if you've, say, poured a teaspoon of vanilla. So let's pull out my teaspoon here, and I've poured my vanilla into it, and I go, oh drat, I forgot to crack my eggs in first. You can set it down on the counter, and the way that it is shaped here allows it to sit flat. It's not going to curve or tilt so that you can't use it. So, highly recommend it. Then they stack for easy storage. These ones are actually far easier than the old ones, which have the ring loop that they had to attach to. These are all self-contained and pull apart easily, but then also stack back together easily so that you don't have to dig through your whole drawer to find the one that you're looking for. So those are some of my favorite products. They get used in my kitchen on a weekly basis. Last thing I want to talk about is this spatula. The current one is, again, blue. This spatula is great for mixing things up, of course, but it is also fantastic for cooking. It is heat safe up to 400 degrees, which means I use it to scramble my eggs. I use it to lift the eggs to make my omelets. I use it with stir fry. It's totally safe to use on the stovetop, and I'm always looking for good utensils that I can use that will not scratch my pans. This is a fantastic spatula. It's super sturdy. I have two, and I wish I had more because one of them is always in the dishwasher and in play. Have a great day. Thanks for looking at some of my favorites. I hope you enjoy your favorites as much as I do.